What is up, everyone? It's a Spegmeister coming back at you with another guide, continuing the journey through Halo 2 Anniversary's legendary campaign. On this episode, I'll be covering one of my favorite missions, Delta Halo.
We're drifting. Archer pods are cold. I'll need to rekey the system.
Do it and find out where we are.
Sorry for the quick jump, Sergeant. You in one piece?
I'm good. Chief?
We're fine.
Ma'am, there's an object coming into view now.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at?
That is another Halo.
Say what?
So this is what my father found. I thought Halo was some sort of super weapon.
It is. If activated, this ring will cause destruction on a galactic scale. I want all the information you've got on the first Halo. Schematic,
Topography, whatever. I don't care if I have the clearance or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Where's our target?
The enemy ship has stopped above the ring, ma'am. We're going to pass right over it.
Perfect. Given what we know about this ring, it's even more important that we capture the Prophet of Regret. Find out why he came to Earth, why he came here.
Chief, take first platoon. Hard drop. Secure our landing zone. Sergeant, load up 2 flights of Pelicans and follow them in.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Until I can move and fight, I'm going to keep a low profile. Once you leave the ship, you're on your own.
Understood.
Over the target in 5.
Hang on to your helmet. Mind the bump.
Could we possibly make any more noise? I guess so.
Alright, so upon deployment, trade out your SMG for a bow rifle, and begin clearing out the turrets.
LZ. The Pelicans are right behind us.
Once you've taken out the last turret, drop your rocket launcher for a plasma pistol, and make your way up the right flank. Watch out for the sniper in the tower if you do decide to move up on this side. Usually he'll jump down the ramp if you move up on the right hand side.
Artillery disabled, Sergeant. Landing zone secure for the moment.
I hear you. Starting our approach. Hang tight.
Easier said than done. Inbound Phantoms, Chief.
So if you happen to be in my case and you lose your ODSTs during this part, it's not a huge crisis because you should be able to manage defending this area. There's going to be 3 waves of phantoms that deploy reinforcements in this part. So use the rocket launcher to take out a couple of the guns on each phantom, and then you can try to use your beam rifle and bell rifle to clear out any troops that deploy. Watch out for any elites that have the carbine because they will kill you pretty quickly, just as they did when you were playing as the Arbiter in the previous 2 missions. And if you're scouring for any battle rifle ammo, there is some off in this corner and in a couple of other spots.
Another Phantom on approach.
If you use all the ammo for the rocket launcher, there is another one provided at the top of this tower. I'll drag this one down so that I can use it on the next 2 phantoms. Once again, just trying to take out the guns. If you don't kill all the enemies before they get to the tower, they will try to fight their way inside. Just keep aware of where they are at any given point. Like that elite, I was pretty lucky that he somehow didn't manage to kill me. And for the 3rd and final phantom, this one will come in over on the right hand side. Once again, just try to target 2 of the guns. And save the last rocket so that you can hand it off to a Marine. This wave is a little bit different from the other 2. This one only has 3 elites, and all of them do have active camo. But if you're really precise with the beam rifle, you can kill them before they even touch the ground. Then just use the opportunity while you wait around for your reinforcements to gather any ammo that you require.
Hold here until the Pelican arrives, Chief. Here comes our ride.
I got a good view coming in. There's a big building in the middle of this island's lake.
I saw it too. It looked like a temple.
If I were a megalomaniac, and I'm not, that's where I'd be.
Red, saddle up. We're moving out.
Alright, so once you get your reinforcements, trade out your rocket launcher with one of the Marines, and then try to get them set up in the Warthog. And now we got Rocket Hog. Coming up on this part near the cliff, you'll have a few Jackal snipers, but if you use the Warthog and try to keep the driver's side pointed away from them, you should be able to clear them out with little trouble.
Whoa. It's like a postcard, man. Dear Sarge, kicking ass in outer space. Wish you were here.
I heard that, jackass.
New contact!
Covenant has control of the bridge and home. They're going to try and bottle us up on this side of the gorge.
Alright, so when you enter this area, there will be a few shade turrets, as well as some ghosts.
Race on the far side. Eyes open.
So for this part, try to play it not so aggressive against the vehicles. Try to lure them up to the high ground so that you can easily shoot down on them.
Think I need a medic.
As long as you stay behind this bridge, the Wraith shouldn't be much of a threat to you.
Lock and load, full auto. Be careful, mate. Yeah, nail the ghost.
If you do have to go around looking for the vehicles, try staying near the rocks where you can take some cover from their fire.
Well done, Marines. Right, get ready, man.
So with all the ghosts out of the picture, you can hop out of the Warthog and make your way inside this structure. Inside there's going to be one elite and some grunts and jackals. On this part I got lucky, I didn't have to face a single jackal. Instead I wound up getting all grunts. Typically that won't be the case.
Good, the bridge is down. Now about those rings.
Roger that. Armor's on the way.
Regret's giving a speech. A sermon, to be exact. So far it's the standard covenant liturgy, but I'll translate if he says anything interesting.
When you return outside, you'll receive a scorpion tank. Just force your Marines out of the Warthog, and then you can have them board that vehicle.
Better
With your crew on board, then you can proceed to use the Scorpion to take out the wraiths on the other side of the chasm. With the wraiths out of the picture, you'll have a few banshees that'll spawn in right away. Use this structure where you deactivate or where you activated the bridge for cover. This backside works really well for dealing with the banshees. Now, having your Marines for this part is definitely a bonus, but it's certainly not required for completing this tank section. With the fourth and last Banshee out of the picture, make your way across the chasm and you'll be greeted by a few ghosts. When you pass into this indoor section, over by that cavern there will be some grunts waiting there. Try to target them right away because they will throw grenades at your vehicle. And once more you'll have a few more ghosts to face against. I strongly recommend just sitting back, letting the ghosts come to you for this part. Now with that last ghost out of the way, hop out of your Scorpion before you take this corner. There's going to be a couple of plasma turrets at the top of this ramp, but I like to use the beam rifle to kill each of these turrets off. Now how that turret didn't deploy, I think one of the ghosts managed to run over that grunt. Can't say I can complain about that. This next large section is quite a bit easier to deal with because you have a large amount of space to maneuver the Scorpion, and you can actually sit back and let all these ghosts try to charge you. There will be a few shade turrets in the area. Try to target them at your earliest convenience. By the pillars over in the next structure, there will be some ground units waiting for you. You can try to fire the cannon, and that'll do a reasonable amount of damage if you can manage to hit them nearby. This upcoming part can be a little bit tricky with the Scorpion because it's tight quarters, and once more you'll have some more ghosts inside waiting for you. Behind the large pillar there are a few grunts, so try to take this slowly. Target the grunts right off the bat before the ghosts do arrive. And then just try to take your time clearing out this part. Let the ghosts charge you as much as they can. Down this next ramp there will be some more ghosts as well as some grunts and jackals. Try to get their attention and then make your way back up before you try to deal with any of the ghosts again. This ramp works really well for cover against the ghosts, where you can shoot down on them before they can do any serious damage.
Careful, we're coming up on another structure.
The grunts up on this part will try to set up some shade turrets, so just try to fire on them from a range where they can't easily hit you. Coming up on this section, there will be some more shade turrets and ghosts once again. Once more, just try to sit back, let the ghosts come to you as much as possible. Generally, the ghosts will come at you in waves of 2. And I think you have to deal with roughly 10 ghosts for this part, which is actually quite a few for a small section as this even. If you choose to make your way up this ramp, there will be some more grunts that will trigger and spawn over in this area. Whatever happens, make sure they don't chuck any grenades your way. That can be an unfortunate way to die on this part. Coming down on this lower section, there are a few jackals down below in these little rooms. Using the Scorpion, the blast radius of the cannon will do a decent job against them.
Pelican inbound. Let's clear a landing zone.
If you find yourself having trouble against these reinforcements, just hop out of the Scorpion quickly and use your beam rifle to clear it out. Then hop back in the Scorpion and try to get ahead of your Pelican before it deploys its reinforcements and clear out the enemies on this pathway.
Clear them out.
They're all pouring out of the middle. Let's get in there. You got trouble, mate.
Enemy down.
Try to do your very best to keep your Marines alive as you go through this part.
That's what I call a team effort.
Unfortunately, I did lose one of them, but if I can manage to keep 3 of these guys alive, I'll have a much easier time as I go through the later parts of this mission. So what I'm going to do right now is try to equip 2 of my Marines with snipers. In an ideal world, I could have, instead of picking up full ammo for the sniper rifle, I could have just given 2 partial sniper rifles to my Marines, and I would have been in good shape, but I do want to grab this rocket launcher for personal use. And that'll only be for a short amount of time. So after you deal with the first squad, there will be some grunts and jackals up ahead. Try to get ahead where you can try to use the rockets against these elites up here. At this time, I'll see if I have my remaining Marines alive. Looks like I lost one more, but I still have these 2 going for me.
in a gesture of peace and reconciliation. The prophets promised to find the means of the Forerunner's transcendence, and to share this knowledge with the elites. The elites promised to defend the prophets as they searched. A simple arrangement that has become our binding covenant.
Transcendence, huh? More like mass suicide.
Now, before you come across this tunnel, there will be some more reinforcements nearby. Again, just grunts and jackals, nothing too unmanageable. Whatever you do, make sure these two Marines follow you through. And before I go through, I'm going to pick up my sniper rifle and use that for personal use.
You always bring me to such nice places.
Got him! Sniper down! Let's go!
So as you're clearing out this wide open section, there are some snipers that are overlooking the area. Try to pick them off right off the bat before you really deal with the majority of the other jackals in the area. I did see that elite hiding in the caves. If you don't see him right away, that's okay. You can just try to pick him off at a later point once you get closer. Now, if you manage to kill all the jackals in this area, a wave of drones will spawn in over from this side. And since my Marines do have sniper weapons, they should be able to clear them out quite easily, with or without my assistance. Once you activate this checkpoint, this is going to be a very tough one to deal with. So up by this small cave, there's going to be 3 jackal snipers. 2 of them will come out right away. Or did I say 3? I think there were 4. And there's also going to be another wave of drones to deal with as well. So what I'm trying to do is bait the sniper to come out so that I don't have to charge that cave. But I'm not sure if I already killed him or if he's still in there. Either way, I'm going to try to take a risk. Looks like I already killed him. And by this point, you'll trigger another wave of drones. If you have to retreat in this cave to deal with them, just make sure to be quick about it. Now, since I stepped inside that cave, I think I triggered the fourth and final wave of drones to spawn in. But otherwise, if you don't go in there, if you walk up this little hill, that'll trigger it usually. After the drones are out of the way, you just have to deal with any reinforcements at the top of this ledge. If you saved up your sniper rifle or your beam rifle for this part, kudos to you. Given the fact that I don't have a whole lot of ammo left for the sniper rifle, I'll just trade out for the beam rifle and make my way forward to the final part.
Still no word about In Amber Clad on the Covenant settlement. It's odd. The Covenant know we made landfall, but they don't seem to consider us a very serious threat. Boy, are they in for a big surprise.
As you make your way to this final part, there are going to be some more drones that'll spawn in. So I do want to play this out safely as much as I can. If you have to trigger them, walk a little ways forward onto the platform and then make your way back up to this ledge where you can easily take cover. If you want to be a little cheeky on this part, there are some enemies that spawn outside the mission parameter, and you can try to pick them off with the beam rifle or the sniper rifle. It's not super difficult to do. Just takes a little bit of time and patience. Alright, so in this final room, there's going to be some elite honor guards. And for these guys, I'm going to try to play it as safe as I can. Either trying to stick them from range or use the beam rifle to kill them. The doorway works really well for spotting them as they step out from cover. And that will do it for this mission. So there we go, I managed to complete the 8th mission in Halo 2 Anniversary, Delta Halo. Not a super difficult mission. As I mentioned at the beginning, it is one of my favorite missions to play on Legendary because there aren't a ton of super difficult engagements. It's really just a matter of patience when you're fighting in the Scorpion or any of the on-foot sections. The only real trouble you'll really have are against the Jackal snipers and any of the ghosts that you face. So anyhow, I hope you all enjoyed this guide. Thank you all for tuning in on this episode. I really appreciate all the support. If you want to check out any of my other guides or any videos for this particular guide, just check up on the playlist on my channel and make sure to hit the like, subscribe button, and as well as the bell notification. With that, I hope you all have a good day or night, and I'll see you next time.